As far as my experience with MBA Guru is there, I still remember the first day I visited this institute. I visited the Rajouri Center. I met Miss Yoshika. There was a thing that she actually told me, the unique way in which they teach. She gave me a few examples. I mean, that actually left me dumbstruck. And the first thing I actually liked about this institute was there were only maximum of 20 to 25 students in this institute, which is really great, because if we look at other institutes, there are about 50-60 students, which actually creates a lot of difference. I know people really question how I mean there's not a lot of competition is not there. How do you really know? But there are other things which really count. The unique mentorship which is there. If we look at the point which people make, that there is not a lot of competition in the batch, but there is a thing that what about the competition here? The batches that are created, they are created in a unique way. If there are engineering students, they actually see their level, the level of the students. There was a thing that Miss Yoshika asked me. She showed me an apple, and then she asked me what a dapple is. Then she told me how to work out, how to remember that word, and that was how I really found this institute to be great, because the unique way in which they taught me on the very first instant, that was great. I mean, I thought even if someone who's a counselor, she can teach me in such a great way, then I would really love to be taught by teachers who are there. As far as my experience with teachers has been there, there's Abhishek sir, there's Nikhil sir, Karima ma'am, Ashu sir, Sunny sir, everyone has been very, very, very cooperative. It is like, it's not about the academics part. I mean, if you see the course structure, it is good, and if we see the way it is taught, I mean, their expertise is there, but there is also a thing that really counts, that is the way they teach. It is not about how well they know, it is about what they are able to impart and how well are we able to learn. But in the end, what I thought was, after all those 11 months, that the experience was great, because I was actually able to apply that not only in the test which I gave, but also in the final exam. Not about the unique tests that were there in MBA Guru, but also in various exams like IIFT, Narsi Munji, etc. So in all, it was a great experience. Apart from that, I have an experience to share about the teachers, how good they are. I remember the day I cleared Narsi Munji. That day it was about 9:30 in the evening, and I had very less time in which I had to pay the fee. So I was really exploring, should I go for this option or shouldn't I? So the guidance that they gave me right there I mean, it was very late. I called them up around 10, but they were still there. I talked to them till 11. Everybody helped me out, and that actually helped me in choosing the right institutes. Not only in those 7 to 8 hours that they are working with the institute, the timings, they are full-time faculty, but even after the time when in the off hours, they are there to help us. It is not only in those 7 to 8 hours. Apart from that, the best part, apart from the academics which is there, on which MBA Guru really focuses on, is the GDPI. The GDPI coaching is fantastic. I mean, seriously, it is great. The way, the mentorship, the mentors who are there, the guide, it's not about, they don't really, the batches that are created in such a way that it is really balanced. Even the people who cannot, I had many friends who were not really able to speak in the starting in the GDPI, because there's stage fear, there's a lot of other things that really count. Some people don't have good command over language, people do not have such great general knowledge, but at the end, everyone has a positive point. That is where they worked on. Gradually the negatives went down because they stressed on the positive thing. There is one thing that people really like. If someone is telling you, this is good in you, this is good in you, you like it, and somehow at the end of the day, even the negatives are being curbed. This is how they worked on. GDPI were perfect. I mean, that is how I can tell you. My experience was really great. And apart from that, there is one thing. Nikhil sir, I mean, in the starting, he was the maths coordinator, our mentor. The guidance he gave, he told us to read Economic Times, and that is how I started reading that. I was reading Outlook, but he told me in Outlook what all different aspects should I do. He told me not to read various things. I mean, there are a lot of things which he told me not to read, but he told me stories and what portion of, even if I am looking for facts, what facts should I really go for? That is how my GDPI, my general knowledge went up. Apart from DA, Quant and VA, there were things that, there are small things that really count, and that is how the mentorship really helped me. There were interview sessions that were planned. I remember, there was a session planned for IISc Bangalore, which required a lot of technical knowledge. So they really got it planned, and even if it was planned with someone, because having technical expertise, I am from computer science background, and having technical expertise is really important. So there are people who are IIT pass outs, who've done computer science engineering, mechanical engineering, but they really have the knowledge about these aspects of computer science that are being asked in the interviews. So in all, even if it is for technical interviews, they really help me. For my placement, I'm placed in Infosys Accenture Computer Science Corporation. It is only because that they helped me how to work on these interviews and all, that I really got through all these companies. It was not only the logical test. In Computer Science Corporation, there are 5 levels, and I was able to clear all 5 of them. There was group interview, there was technical interview, there was technical written paper. Obviously, I worked on that, but still they helped me how to study. They gave me various materials and all related, even the technical facts. Then there was aptitude test, and in the end there was an HR interview. Everything went perfect, and really I want to thank MBA Guru for that. But what really in the end I have got from this institute is there's been a lot of care. Plus I also got a lot of knowledge in the end. This has really changed to me, the way I communicate, the way I have. Let's take an example of a GD. The way I have to sit, the way I have to talk. It has given me the power to even listen, because this is something that really lacks in a person who's just a graduate. People cannot actually listen to someone, but this MBA Guru has really helped me in that as well. The calls that I have were from IISc Bangalore. There was a call from TAPMI, there was a call from IMT, and then there was a call from SRCC, there was a call from Narsi Munji. The best option I had was from Narsi Munji. I've cleared that. Apart from that, I'm waitlisted in IISc Bangalore and SRCC. I'm just hoping to clear them, but I'll be going for Narsi Munji for sure.